What's up, everybody? Hey, Horde Bash has been out for about a week, and I have not made a video about it, so let's do that. So, I want to first talk about the skill tree, because this is where people can get kind of confuzzled, and it can cause a little bit of a kind of a divide in what people think is a priority for stuff. So, your bottom tier is going to be your combat stuff, your horde combat. These are the things that you're going to get when you're finishing a wave. You're going to get some of these resources or whatever you pick in where you are. Top area is going to be the staging area. That's where we're going to go next. You'll see that. But this is where you're going to pre-build your base. Make sure you do that before you get into Horde Bash. Please, please, please. But up in the staging area, what you're going to see is you're going to see resources for wood upgrade. It's going to give you a healthy chunk of those resources for building up your base. You'll also get some trap ingredients in there, and these only go, whatever is in the staging area stays in the staging area, so make sure you're utilizing as much as you can. If you can't utilize a lot out of that tier, if you're a little more advanced and you've upgraded more, you can get some of the stuff like the wooden planks will go in there and some of the nuts and bolts every once in a while. So those can contribute to the higher tier stuff. But for the most part, I wanted to build a sturdier base, so I did. And I've also got a little bit more time since we stream. I put a lot more points into building up my base because I enjoy that. I enjoy being able to rebuild my base and doing stuff like that. But I also know the importance. If you're strapped on time or you're playing a little more casually, I would say going in and doing the bottom tier, the combat stuff. Use what you can out of here. Get a couple. Build up your traps maybe. Get a nice sturdy pyramid base. You can build up a nice sturdy one. And if you really want to go into some other advanced and unorthodox builds, what you can do is you can actually get some more of this and start working into some other stuff. I do play with a slightly unorthodox build at times. When I'm pugging, I will go more with a standardized pyramid build and we'll talk about that in a moment here. But anyways, down your priority things for when you're going into the tiers, getting your ingredients and the traps. These are also going to help. These are going to help you immensely. You have to get those anyway. Ammo, not always totally needed. You can get a good chunk out of those. If you're going to put more into there, you can. I would say you don't need to go into the second one so much, but your priority ones are going to be getting your weapon stuff. This will give you a lot more blast powder each one, which make more rockets and other cool things. But in the trap one, the traps, super key. Not necessarily trapping the base main, but trapping like funnels and building out those things. When you get into Horde Bash, you'll see the priority in that. But yes. And then if you get through your combat stuff to be able to make your secondary weapons for the secondary elements, that's going to be what you need. So, but that's the skills. So now that we've covered the skills, let's cover talking about the staging area and getting you into there. So when you go to your map, what you're going to do is you're going to see this little thing that's called the Horde. You go in there, it's going to tell you your level. It'll put you in your progression areas and stuff like that. But here, what you're going to do is this is going to be build the fort. You're going to click this. You're going to go into there. And then we'll start going into the rest of the stuff. First major thing to talk about in building your fort. Building a simple box generally it'll get you through some of the lower end things. We're going to talk about some of the more efficient builds a little bit here. I'm going to show you mine and we'll tear down a little bit. But first, once you get in here, you're going to see your console and you're going to see your flag. The flag is important. But the console, what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, we're going to go to our storage, then we're going to hit withdraw all. This is going to put all those things in there. You get a little bit of nuts and bolts, some of the other crafting materials. You have those in. Now these stay in here. You don't get to take this extra, whatever excess you have, into the other stuff. So, this is the fort. This is your staging area. You're going to see the little grid. This is only for you to build. But the flag here, the flag is super important. So, opposite the flag, the opposite area, so the other side of this base is going to be where your base is going to face, and so you know where the onslaught is going to come from. So you don't want to build up this back portion with tier 3 stuff what you're gonna do is you go straight over here, and you're gonna look, okay, alright, so I can build up this little thing a little more hefty. Building up that is gonna give you your knowing where you're gonna be getting hit. So I've got tier 3 floors surrounding it. This is actually with an expanded one. When you first get in here, I'd say the first thing you should do, build a pyramid. If you're pugging, you're not totally confident with trying out some different stuff with the bases, and you just want to get in there and play with your friends, or just pug it, I would say get a pyramid down. Base pyramids are really nice, and the reason that they're so nice is because when smashers are running through, what's going to happen is the smasher is going to take his little charge, and he's going to run right over, and he's just going to go, he may go through this wall, so whatever, they can tear apart through that, but it's going to give you that extra time. It's not, but if you have a flat wall, say we built this thing up to a flat portion, he would, and there was no other pyramid inside, what would happen is, he would charge that wall, he would blow up this wall, and be right into there, if this was a flat wall going in. So that's one of the reasons you want to try to go into some sort of pyramid build. That's the reason that a lot of people will go with that. It also makes the husks actually charge partway up. They generally won't sit right here when they're attacking. They'll go partway up, and this gives you a little bit of leeway. If you get the expansion, what you can do is you can go pyramid within pyramid. I could build up my base. I will show you that after this. And we're trying a new format also for this video too, so it's kind of me ranting and going on. But anyways, building up your base this way is going to give you and your team a little bit of leeway on what they're doing. I do have some traps up here. I've got some stone, for the second layer. This protects from a little bit of the lobbers. I plan on changing this build, and I do change out my build, like, after every so many missions. If I see something I want to shore up, I will. But for the most part, the builds that I've ran have held up quite well. Even through progressing, it's went quite well. The pyramid within pyramid is really nice. I just like trying something a little bit different that buys me a little bit more time. So those are kind of the gist of this. But yeah, building up your area in front is going to be your key to success, and knowing where you're going to be attacked. So it could be from this side, it could be from this side, but anyways, this is the point at which your base is going to face towards the Horde. And just for the sake of showing you the build the unorthodox one that I run, this is actually my unorthodox one. So we've got some outward facing stairs. I'm going to explain why I have these. Outward facing stairs are another place where they got to chew through. Then we've also got a second layer. Generally I'll put wall launchers on these. And then inside we still have the traditional, like, we still have our metal pyramid, but I've also got these bracketed off in here with the slanted walls. We got one gas trap there until I can put some other stuff there. We got one healing trap to make sure place for the constructor to put their base. But outwards we've also got these. I plan on, when I have more wood, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close off this little area with one of those wonderful little things there. But yeah, I plan on doing that. Getting this buttoned up just a little bit, and then maybe putting a trap on the corners. But yeah, the outward facing stairs, it's got basically a multi-layer for them to get in there. It does take a sprint jump to get inside of the base, so it is a bit of an issue. There's nothing that I've really thought about doing upward just yet. I may do something for that eventually, so people can actually get inside and put another healing pad up top or something. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out. But anyways, this gives it the structure with those little walls. Also a smasher if they run over, as long as they're not coming at an angle and hitting these. I'll maintain structure in there, so I've always got the top that protects from a lot of the lobber stuff. It doesn't always work, but it gives me enough leeway to go out and get away from the base and know that it's going to hold down to the final stuff, unless something catastrophic is happening in the base. But yeah, this is more of an unorthodox one. Sometimes I will button this up with another little thing and then close it off. Cover the base a little bit, even though it sometimes gets clipped. But other than that, this is my unorthodox one that I like running. I do run it in pugs sometimes, but it's just neat little one. Gives me a little bit of breathing room, easy to upgrade, since most of the stuff is already bunkered inside for the pyramid. but it's really fun. So, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. You can find me streaming over on that Twitch on Alpacabou. You can find me over there. You can follow me on Twitter. You can do all those things. But if you liked the video, then hit that like button. Subscribe. Do all those things. You can join our Discord. Links are down below. But I hope you found this video useful. And we'll be getting a few more Horde Bash guides out there and some other PVE guides real soon here. So take care. Hope you all have a great week. And goodbye.